Hello and welcome back to my channel, Danny, not a crocodile. And today I just wanted to talk about some of the books I plan to read in the next year. This is going to be a combination of anticipated releases, things on my shelves, and just in general some books that I kind of want to get to this year. I've got my lovely little iPad where I've written my list, so let's go ahead and get into it. First on the list is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I heard a lot about it when it finally came out last year, and it sounds super interesting and it seems like a lot of people really liked it. So I would also like to read it at some point. Probably am gonna wait until autumn so I can get those dark academia vibes, you know, fall vibes, because that seems to be the vibes it's given, along with, you know, discussions on academia and people of color in academia, etc. But yeah, I probably am gonna wait till the fall to read it, but I would like to finally get around to reading that. And another book by R.F. Kuang that I would like to read is Yellowface, which comes out on May 25th. The concept sounds absolutely wild and absolutely interesting. Essentially, according to the summary, a white woman pretends that like an Asian woman's work is her own after witnessing that woman's death, and then of course, you know, she continues to try and use this lie or like make this lie keep going, and then it all threatens to come down or come out that, you know, not actually her work. It just seems really relevant for these times and I would like to read it. Probably will not read it right when it comes out. I very rarely read anything when they come out. Like the only thing in my life that I think I actually read when they came out was like Percy Jackson books, like once I had caught up, because I got into it like a few years after they, like the first couple of books originally came out, but then like as soon as I was caught up, I was there on release day trying to get those books, pre-ordering those books and reading them like as soon as I got them. But I don't think I've ever done that with any other book. Speaking of Percy Jackson, I am also super anticipating and super want to read first the Nico and Will book that is both by Rick Riordan and Mark Ochiro, The Sun and the Star, which comes out also in May, on May 2nd, and I am so hyped. I am so hyped for that book. Nico is my favorite character. My favorite book from the original series is The Titan's Curse, because that's when the D'Angelo siblings are introduced, and also a lot of Talia. So excited for this book though. I probably I don't know if I need to catch up on Trials of Apollo and stuff, because I didn't read that and I'd never finished the Magnus series. So let me know if I do need to like read those before I read this. I would like to know. And then of course back to fall releases for Percy Jackson 2, because we also have Percy Jackson and the Olympians and the Chalice of the Gods, also by Rick, that comes out September 26th. R.I.P. Percy. Didn't also expect your college applications to be absolutely terrible, because Percy apparently is going to have to do 3 quests for 3 recommendation letters that he needs for his college apps. That just sounds fantastic. I think it's going to be great and I cannot wait to read it. Another book that I would really like to read that comes out this year is All These Sunken Souls, which is an anthology of horror stories, which are particularly featuring black stories, and that comes out August 15th. And the main reason is that one of my favorite booktubers, Fictional Fates, is authoring one of the stories in the anthology. Horror is like not like my most favorite thing or whatever, like I often don't seek it out, but I am really interested in this, and it like all the stories sound very interesting and I would really like to read them. And another book that comes out actually super soon, because yeah, it's going to be coming out within the next week of when I'm filming this, and that is Mysteries of Thorn Manor by Margaret Rogerson. It seems to be like book 1.5 for Sorcery Thorns. I absolutely loved Sorcery Thorns when I read it, and I would love to read more about these characters because I really enjoyed Sorcery Thorns, so would love to read more about them. Essentially, magic traps them in the estate and they have to figure out what's wrong before it's time to host the Midwinter Ball, and that sounds fantastic. And that is coming out January 17th. So like I said, very, very soon, depending on when I actually get this video edited and posted. Then another book that sounded really interesting is Lies We Sing to the Sea by Sarah Underwood, and that comes out March 7th. It is another Greek mythology retelling. It's getting compared a lot to like Madeline Miller, and I loved Circe. I have not read The Song of Achilles, but I really did love the writing of Circe, so I would love to read another one like it. This one is going to be focusing on Ithaca and Leto. I never know how to say any of these words. Another book I would like to get to this year is The Witch's Heart by Genevieve Gornichek. Don't quote me on that pronunciation. It was like read and recommended by someone that I follow called Sage Sandula, and it sounds really good. Like a banished witch falls in love with Loki, like it's Norse mythology or Norse sort of retelling type of stuff, and it sounds really great and really fun and really interesting. And if I do like it and I like their writing, I will also read or try to read The Weaver and the Witch Queen, which is another book by Genevieve that is coming out July 25th, and it is another Norse sort of tale. That sounds interesting. And then I also finally want to get around to reading Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. Everybody was like talking about this last year, and I read Earthlings. Did not really enjoy Earthlings, but hopefully this is not as scarring. I don't think it is because nobody talks about it in that way, but I would like to finally get around to reading it. Like, it's really short. I think I should be able to get to it. And then I would also love to get around to volume 2 in any other volume I can get around to of Heaven Officials Blessing by Mo Jiang Tongju. I freaking love the first one, so obviously I need to read more. I need more to happen. So I would love to read it. I think I've mentioned it before, but I absolutely love and adore Ronin by Emma Mieko Candon, and they have a book coming out this year called The Archive on Dying, and it's coming out June 27th. It's kind of like a mecha sort of book or whatever, which I wasn't a super fan of, like The Iron Widow, which is something in that thing, and also mecha movies, anime movies, but I love specifically Emma's writing in Ronin, so I would love to read more by them, so I will go ahead and give this a try. I also pretty recently bought The Princess and the Scoundrel by Beth Revis, so I would love to actually get around and read it. It is Princess Leia and Han Solo's wedding and honeymoon, which is also Halcyon propaganda, more Halcyon propaganda, but most people said it was pretty good, so I would like to read it too. And just look at this cover. It is the most beautiful thing ever. It is giving, I don't know, like 90s romance novel sort of vibes. It's so perfect. I love it. And of course, gotta read more High Republic. I finally picked up volume 2 of The Edge of Balance, so I'd like to read that, and also the phase 2 Edge of Balance books that are coming out this year. And I would like to read the rest of High Republic phase 2. I've already got a copy of Path of Deceit by Tessa Gratton and Justina Ireland. It is also signed by them. Look at that, because I bought it from like a local bookstore near where they live, or like a hometown or something like that. I wasn't quite clear on that, but local bookstore one, and I love this cover. Path of Deceit and the next one coming up also has a stunning cover. Phase 2 has some good looks so far. I just need to read it because I haven't read a single part of phase 2 yet. I've also already picked up Convergence, the Goldsboro special edition one. So for the most part, it's just got the same cover, but like Goldsboro tends to like put like this protective thing on it, so it's all shiny, and then it's got neon pink sprayed edges. Personally, I wish they had done more with out of print, because those special editions from phase 1 are amazing. I have Rising Storm and the Fallen Star special editions. Unfortunately, do not have Light of the Jedi special edition, so they don't match, and that is really annoying, but this one's still pretty cool. I like the sprayed edges, but I do wish they had gone with out of print again, just because those ones look so good. and in comparison, just kind of sprayed edges is a little boring compared to like a whole cover redesign, but it's okay. It's okay. And those are just some of the books that I would like to get to this year, or like I'm excited to see released this year. Don't know if I'll actually get to them, but you know, just some things I'd like to read. And go ahead and leave a comment down below of some books you would like to read, or if you're excited for some of the same books I am. And don't forget to follow me on my other socials. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok and stuff. I am going to try and post other places more. Like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I am going to try to be a little more consistent this year, but we'll see. And I will see y'all real soon. Bye.